You're listening to #Impact, a podcast about stuff that matters. Here, we invite you to eavesdrop on intimate conversations with people like you and me that make a positive impact in the world. I am Regina Larco, your host, and I started this podcast back in 2016, at a time when, honestly, I felt a bit lost. Lost in a new city that I had just moved to, lost about what steps to take in my career, and lost about how I could leverage my talents to make a positive difference in the world. So I looked for inspiration from people that could tell me how they are making an impact and what drives them, why they show up even when it gets tough, and how they motivate themselves, or how they cope with failure, and what making an impact truly means to them. I was curious and I wanted to learn, and I learned so much. Soon, this podcast turns 6, like in 6 years old. We have lots of fun behind the scenes and celebrations lined up to mark this milestone. So please do hit subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast. And if you haven't subscribed to our email news/love letter, then do it now. In the show notes, you find the link, or you can just type #impact.com/subscribe in your browser to get that email newsletter. As a thank you for subscribing, I will send you something super special. How should I even describe what it is? Well, think guided meditation meets #Impact podcast. It's really something, and it's super soothing and super inspiring, and I know you will love it. So go ahead and subscribe at #impact.com/subscribe. Today's guest is one of these people that reminds me that making an impact can and should be fun, that it doesn't have to be hard or complicated, that it doesn't matter if we already have a busy full-time job or if we just had a baby, that it doesn't have to be either or, that it's up to us to choose how we want to dedicate our time to something that makes a difference, and how to turn an idea into something that inspires others. Today you get to meet Anne Babilon-Teubenbacher. She is the founder of ChariTable based in Vienna. She is a partner at CPC, which is a management consultant firm for change management, right? In her day job. Yes. And she's currently on parental leave. And that's why I'm like a little bit like excited to record this, because we're actually sitting across from each other with your little baby girl with you today. So that's amazing. So 3 of us in the recording today. And in her free time, as the busy mom that she is, she has founded a charity organization called ChariTable. And ChariTable has a mission to give cheerfully. And today we will find out exactly how Anne and her team is doing exactly that. Welcome, Anne and little baby girl who is looking at me with her big blue eyes. Hi.
Hi, Regina. Thank you so much for having us. It's a big, big pleasure. And actually, it's my first time on the podcast, so I'm very excited. And the first time for Isabella in the podcast. Ooh. So let's see who of us is talking more today. Let's see.
Yes, we hope to get some like baby coos in as well, and the little sounds. Isabella, if you have any comments, please feel free to share with us here today. Yeah, and we have to actually go back to Beijing, where you lived for 4.5 years and where you have come across a concept, a fundraising concept, 吃饭 for charity, right?
Yes.
And that's where you felt really inspired by just taking part in it at first, right? Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, going back to Beijing is super nice, and I just love the memories. I had a wonderful time living in Beijing. It was actually for 4.5 years. And the Chiffer for Charity is a big thing in Beijing. It's like huge happening. I think there are like 40, 50 restaurants. If you want to take part, you need to line up to be able to get a table. This is really, it's crazy what's going on. So many people participating. And so for the first time, actually, a friend of mine was hosting a table and she was inviting me and say, hey, you like to join? And it was super nice, as always, a great opportunity to also like meet new people and have a super nice dinner and exchange with your friends anyway. That was like the first year. And then the second year, after I knew the concept and my friend actually was gone back to her hometown, I thought, oh, it's great opportunity for me. So I'm like being a table host, and I was inviting my friends hosting a table, and we had such a fun evening. We had like a theme. We all dressed up with hats, and also like Beijing people were crazy about like social media and selfies, So of course there's a picture competition. And each table who wants to participate was taking a picture of for the photo competition. And so half of the evening we spent taking the greatest picture for the photo competition, and we made it to the top 10. So that's actually the part I love so much about the concept, because as you heard before, we just had a wonderful evening. We had so much fun. And in the same time, all the money we basically spent was donated for a charity organization. So also in China, charity work is very difficult and not so easy to handle. And therefore also like the charity organizations are super thankful for any kind of support they get. And that's a very good part, that you're doing something good and supporting good, and at the same time having a good time. So it's like win-win-win for everybody. And that's what makes for me a great concept.
As I was looking through the ChariTable social media channels, what really stands out to me now, as you brought this concept that you first experienced in Beijing now here to your new home in Vienna as well, is the people behind it, organizing it, because you, I guess, came with the idea and the inspiration, but you're not doing this on your own. I think no one can, right, pull this off. And I found something super lovely that one of your, and I'm laughing because Isabella is having a really nice cuddle here with the mama that I really loved, where she shared, volunteering has always been part of my life. I started as a child participating in different projects in my home country, Portugal. ChariTable has a great concept. I wanted to be part of this amazing team of interesting women and do my share to help others. My focus of commitment is creating ties with different businesses that support our work. And this is Sophia, one of your team members. And I just love that, to see that you are a very international, global group of women that just all happen to find themselves in Vienna. How did you find each other?
Yeah, that's actually also like a very, very funny or interesting story behind, and which is also like, one of my great experience in the whole journey of ChariTable, because it was like 2 years ago when the next round of Schiffer for Charity happened in Beijing. And I was, of course, still part of the groups and got the information, hey, who wants to host a table? And I was sitting in the meantime in Vienna. I was, I cannot participate. That's a pity. And at the same time, I had the idea, hey, why not doing something like this in Vienna? As Vienna has a lot of lovely and so delicious restaurants. Also, in this point of time, I was just like newly returned to Vienna. So I always thinking, it would be great to have some network, get to know some new people. And so I talked to a friend of mine, Denise, what she thinks about the concept. And she always did a lot of charity work already in her life. So of course I knew she was in, and she was. And then when we finally decided to really do it, we were thinking, okay, we need some people to support us. So what I did was basically like an announcement in Facebook group, International Women of Vienna, because I know women working hard and women are committed. And also I have very good experience with working with international women, also like in Beijing and generally. And so it actually came up that in the meantime, we are a team of, I think, 12 women. And I'm not sure, but probably 10 nationalities or 9. So it's crazy, from Brazil to China, or Portugal, Czech Republic. Of course, I'm German like me. We also have Austrian, don't worry, in Austria. South Africa. Yeah, it's really like widely mixed of backgrounds, nationalities. And that's the really great thing about it, because otherwise you would never have met. There's no place in Vienna where I have met any of these ladies, to be honest, because we have so different backgrounds and we have friends and families. So it's really nice to see it running. And we have quite a stable core team, which is already now with us for like the second time. Also like expanding and getting new people on board. And I love this to see. It's really nice and always inspiring to work with these ladies.
And you did run the event already one time. Last year was the first time, last summer. And that must have been exciting, doing it for the first time, because although you have a lot of managerial experience within your day job, and of course the team that is bringing their own expertise, but I can just imagine some things were like maybe surprising or also a bit hard, right? How was that experience going through that for the first time?
That I had a lot of managerial experience. Also, I thought like for my day job, I really very well prepared to do something like this. And then reality happened. And I was realizing how different it is to run on the one hand like a team of volunteers, because we all have a day job and we all do it in our free time, and we all have friends, family, other commitments. So it's a challenge to get like everybody together and work together. So I was learning a lot of this. And also I learned how difficult it is actually, how to get attention for an event like this. Because Vienna is a big city, so many things happening. And of course, there's just one more event added to some calendars. And that was really something I experienced as really difficult, bringing like a new concept to the city, getting like the trust of people to buy in, to get the tables, to participate. And so this time for now, the upcoming event, we are like really well prepared, and you see our social media exploding. So I'm so happy to have now even a stronger team for social media. And of course, like, getting our friends way more involved to make sure this time it's really going to happen, and also increasing visibility, and therefore also like, the size of the whole event.
And the next one coming up is now happening in March, not far out now. So final preparations, gearing up. Are there any exciting things that people should already know? I mean, first of all, they should mark their calendar, right? If they are in Vienna. If you are in Vienna, that's a great opportunity. I think a great way. Also, maybe taking your team, doing something really meaningful, but also fun. As you say, like have some fun for your team, but also learn about this charity that you're going to then support as well. What are like the things you are working on right now as you're gearing up for the event?
Yes, as you said, the final preparations ongoing. The date actually is 24th of March. So please, mark your calendars. And the concept we have this year is that you can buy a voucher, and it's actually still open. So you still can get your voucher for the event, because just now in 2 weeks time, 1st of February will be like the point in time where you can finally select your restaurant. And the one where you like to go. And as Regina said, you can go with your family, but also with your team, your friends, an organization. There's basically an event is organized, and you just need to come and have fun, which is, I think, like a nice idea. And yes, we are just in the final preparations to get everything, uplined, in line, to make sure the restaurant booking is going smoothly. And then everybody gets like a nice restaurant. And this is also, they're actually mostly nice restaurants in Vienna. So it's very difficult to get not a nice one. And we picked our famous restaurants also. And so it should be a lot of fun coming up.
And there's another part of it. I remember last year, because of course I've already been following and cheering you on from, even when I was still not living in Vienna yet, right? But there is this part of the gala I really find very intriguing is that then after everyone had their dinner, people are going to come together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's that all about? So then you get to meet all these other people from all these other restaurants, and you're going to meet at one location to do what? To keep partying,
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should give some background on this, that for the people who don't know ChariTable yet. Actually, on this evening, the 24th of March, just to repeat it for everybody, there's like happening in several restaurants at the same time in Vienna that people of friends, you with your family having nice dinners. And after the dinners in the different restaurants, people all coming together for the after party. And the after party is actually the point in time where the people from the different restaurants all meet. There will be a small program. There will be like a tombola. So you can have some prizes. And of course, also like Maher, the organization we're going to support, will be on site with us. They have a wonderful lady here in Vienna also based, Christine, who is like our contact person to the organization. And she will also like share more information about Maher, the background, the home in Calcutta, where we're actually currently collecting the money for, which will be newly set up. And this will be all exciting. And of course, besides the program, a lot of time you have for party, mingle, network, enjoy some drinks, or just have a good time and enjoy like a nice evening.
How do you actually pick the charity you want to support? I mean, there's so many. How do you even come to that conclusion for that you would now pick this Indian-based charity that are supporting particularly women and children, right? Empowering them and giving them safe shelter, right? That's what they do. How did you find them? Why did you choose them?
Oh, very, very difficult question, to be honest. So the first event was, of course, it happened last year summertime, and we just started preparation in February when all the Ukraine crisis or war actually happened. So there was no question that we're going to donate everything towards Ukraine. So that was very easy choice. And we had very big organizations. It was like the Austrian Red Cross and also United Nations Women, where we knew the girl is like some solid. There's like a good organization behind, and for sure something will happen with the money.
So that's the one you did for the last event last summer.
Yes. But then we also realized it's very far away from us, and it's like very difficult to get into contact with the organizations to really see behind the scenes what's happening with our money, what we do. And this is also something which is very important for us, for like the efforts we do and the money we fundraise and we collect, that we actually have an idea what's happening with this money. And therefore this time we wanted to go for like a way smaller organization where we also have like closer contact. And there we were actually very lucky, because Tatjana in our team, she knew Maher already for a long time. So this organization is collaborating with the school of her daughter. And this is where she get to know the concept, where she got to know the organization. Also, her daughter already traveled to India, so she get to know the organization on site. She was in one of the homes talking to the children, seeing the whole thing. And therefore also it was very easy for us to choose, actually, because we knew this is also something solid, even it's like not so big, but there's something behind. And this is super nice, because now we have Christine here on site in Vienna. So we talked to her already, also to like Sister Lucy, like the founder, which was a great honor for me to talk to her. She's words missing to describe this lady. She's just amazing with all her vision and spirits, how she's doing and helping everybody and keeping the whole organization on track. It's incredible what she's doing. And this is very special for this time to have this kind of close collaboration with the organization, and therefore also seeing exactly what's happening with our money. And can't wait to see the final pictures of Calcutta from the home. What was there coming by our money?
There was a theme. I wouldn't say a theme. There is definitely I want to use the word of our former guest Vesleme when she said green thread and not red thread, because she's all about climate initiatives. So I want to use the green thread term that she used as well. But there is definitely a green thread throughout our interviews and conversations, and the goal we have here at the podcast as well, to encourage others to think of their ways, how they can give back and make their impact in their own way. And that's why I thought it was so important to bring you on the channel to show people how you took that on, yourself, with the commitment, I guess, the giving your time to put something together. And I think the ripple effect of this is that, yes, people come in and they have a good time and they're motivated to join for a good cause. But what can that then lead to as well with all the people that are now taking part, and that many, like myself, probably have never heard of this organization before, for example. How do you show up for that? Has that always been something you are passionate about, making your own impact? Or is this something that has grown after you've come across this experience in Beijing with that charity that inspired you?
I think that very different aspects. So on the one hand, I was also like doing some kind of social work when I was young. So in my youth, long time ago, it's just like, happened to become like in the Scouts and being like a Scouts leader and stuff like this, or in school, being like a representative to do something for the pupils. But actually in the end, now how this came up, it was different aspects. On the one hand, I love to create something. I love to do something. I love to set things up, make things happen. I think it's just like my nature. And so I came up, why not set something up which is doing good? Because I did so many things for myself already and experienced so many great things in my life that I think it's perfect time now also to give back and set something up for others. And the great thing, what I'm realizing, even, of course, there's a huge part about giving back and giving to others with a charity. Actually, there's so much I'm getting out of this. This is amazing. And that's even better in giving, that you get so much more out for yourself, beside the good feeling what you're doing, but so much learning, getting to know great people, having also a great time while doing the great preparations. So I really love it.
And going on your first podcast, right?
Yes. I would never ever come to you in your podcast and talk about my day job. So it's exciting.
Oh my God, I think I just woke up, baby girl, with my loud laughter. Oh my goodness. And there's not just you that gets a lot out of it. There's, of course, all the stakeholders involved. Like also, for example, let's talk a bit about the restaurants as well that are part of this. Because I think that's actually a really great opportunity for the participating not recipes. What I say? Well, they're going to cook really good recipes, delicious recipes. But for them to get involved in this is also a great opportunity to get people in their beautiful spaces, but also to say, okay, we're supporting something that's because they are donating the tables, right?
Yes, exactly.
They are donating the tables. Yes. So they are making this investment as well into something that is going to make an impact. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So that's an actually important point. The restaurants don't get any money at all. They're really like the ones donating their food, their time, the table on this evening in the restaurants. And of course, they get like the attention, they get like, the visibility, and they're also like giving something back to the community, doing something good. And this is also just great to see. And as I said before, we picked our famous restaurant, the ones we really love to go. And I'm really happy to see that also like they are doing something good, participating in the concept. And it's a good opportunity, as you said, for them to get also like new people in their spaces and get more attention throughout Vienna.
And now, as baby girl is falling asleep, I had to smile a little bit when you shared with me beforehand that you set this up in your free time, right? We have to bring it up, right? Because I know we have a lot of women listening, we have a lot of moms listening, and I've been in those shoes as well, like having a little kid and still feeling that urge or that need to create something on your own as well. But it is a lot of time management that you have to do with the very limited actually free time when you have to take care of some little baby and she's really very little still, right? Yeah. So how do you, and I hate the word balance, but what is maybe something that helped you as you are now in that process of building something from scratch, making it happen, but at the same time also having other responsibilities, right?
So I think one thing which was really good that like we had the first time running really in my free time. So before Isabella was born, and that was where we got a lot of experience. We learned actually how this is happening, what we need, and also had some experience which is not happening. So that was very helpful for now because we could set up the whole project way better with like more people involved. And this is probably like, also like the magic, how it's happening. We have a lot of hands. And also whenever somebody is not available, somebody else is stepping in and we are like all helping each other, getting our time out whenever possible. And so, I'm balancing, how to say, whenever she's like, she does not need my attention while she is sleeping. That's very easy for me to do something. And so, need to find some small pieces in time to do something. So there's not like hourly working very concentrated than it was before. It's just like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, making a quick call in between. And so, but it's enough. So it's working.
And with every little step and every little thing you do, moving closer to the goal, to this event day coming up now this March. So mark the calendars, but this will be something that will be recurring. So this will be coming back. So, I would love to encourage everyone like to get busy following your socials so that they can stay up to date as well. Where can they do that so that they can hear about all the initiatives that you will be hosting? And I think scaling, there's no limit to how many restaurants in Vienna could participate, right? Or in other cities. Like I know we have a lot of listeners now in other places, in other cities of the world. If you think that's a cool concept, why not bring this also to your city and get in touch with Anna and get some tips and advice how to get started, right?
Yeah, that would be absolutely wonderful. And it happens already. So a friend of mine from Germany, she saw the news about the concept and she was approaching me already and saying, hey, it would be great to do something like this in Berlin. That's really easy to scale as the concept is ready. Also, like the founders actually from Beijing, they're super happy to share and really supportive in doing. This would be amazing if we can get more people into the concept. And of course, our social media, I think you will tag them anyway. Like
yes.
Instagram, Facebook, also LinkedIn, we are really active because also for corporates, it's a great opportunity to donate as we have all like the official registrations and tax stuff and invoices and what you need for a corporate also to participate. So just find our tags and then follow us. And as Regina said, we are going to make it frequently. The idea is to make like 2 times a year. So one time now in springtime, next time probably in autumn time. Looking forward to already. You have no date yet for the next one, so let's see.
You'll hear on #Impact, of course, as well. We'll share in our newsletters too. So ChariTable, make sure to follow and subscribe and get busy booking your table, Vienna people. Yeah, I'm of course going to be there. I'm gonna. It's gonna be hard to pick the restaurant. I think. It would almost be easier if someone would just say, "Okay, you take this restaurant," because there are so many to choose from that are awesome. So big compliments also to your team to bringing that together and finding all these participating restaurants as well. And of course, I need to invite you to join me on the quick fire round. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Making an impact means.
The quick fire round. Doing something good for people.
I love this one. Doing something good for people. That is making an impact. That's what you mean. That's what you do. Who inspires you in the way they are making a difference in the world?
Oh, there's like so many great role models, right? And I was thinking about it often, but I do not have like a specific one. It's more like a lot of my friends just doing great things. Also like people I meet in business where I just pick the pieces I love from what they do. And so I have a lot of role models and a lot of great things I see and where I try to learn and also gain from.
And what could everyone do right now to make the world a better place?
Oh, so many things. I think the easiest probably what everybody can do is save water. I just got an advertisement on this, how to save water in your water tub. It's so easy and there's so much water just running out. This is something very easy you just can do. Get something for your water tap to use less water.
Thank you so much, Anne, and for doing this recording with me, and huge compliments to your baby girl who was being so patient with us, and also for you being up for the challenge to do your first podcast recording. That's exciting enough, but how courageous that you did it now with baby girl Isabella. Well done. And she's having a good nap now.
Yes. But thank you so much. It was actually kind of easy with you. Such a wonderful host, so professional. So thank you so much for guiding us through our first podcast and making this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening today. You know what I always say to my guests, before I let you go, you have to go through the quick fire round. So today I actually have to ask you something before I let you go. Are you ready for this? Well, I want to ask you if you have listened to our previous episode yet. The last one was our New Year's special. New year, new you, and new way to look at making an impact. It's only 7 short minutes long, but it will be 7 minutes you will remember for the rest of your life. And, well, maybe not for the rest of your life, actually. I wanted to say that you will remember for the rest of the year. But then maybe you can take it into the next year as well, and then will remember it for the rest of your life. Because actually, when I'm saying that, it did impact me deeply, and it will be definitely something I will remember for the rest of my life. So I would just be curious to hear if it resonates as much with you as it did with me. And you can find that last episode by just, if you're looking on your podcast app now, just, go to the previous episode. You'll find it right there. Or you can also find the link in the description of this episode that you're listening to right in this moment. Okay. And as I'm sending you off today, I'm also gearing up for the 6-year #Impact celebration, right? I mentioned that in the beginning. So please do watch this space because getting ready to celebrate. And there will be some dancing for sure as well, and some going live, probably over there at Instagram. So if you're not following us there yet, then you can do so at #Impact on Instagram. And you can also find my personal channel where there's also lots of fun happening at Regina_Larco. I will put my Instagram handles there for you as well to find them, as well as all the handles of our guests, of course, as well. So a huge thanks again to Anne, and good luck, all the best for your upcoming event. It will be so very special. So make sure to check them out as well at all the handles that you find in the description of this episode. Okay. Thank you, and I talk to you soon. Bye.